Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of December 14th. I'm Catherine Holeko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
I'm Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to get into our obsessing. And today we're obsessing again about being alone. This time in
Recurring theme.
Fantasy she sheds. So there was an article in Jezebel about the whole concept of she sheds, and especially during these pandemic times when people are all in the same house together all the time, they may turn to a she shed or just dream about one. So we thought we would do the same. Like if we were going to have one, what would it be like? What would be in it? It's funny because, I talk here all the time about how I want to be alone. I have an office space in the house that no one is using. My son made himself a little office in a closet. My husband works in the TV room, like family room, and I work in the dining room. Like none of us uses the office, and I think,
and your daughter made a Christmas tent, you said yesterday.
My daughter made herself a tent. Made herself a fort in the basement. So I think my issue with the office is the way the desk is oriented. It faces a wall, and I don't like that. Like in the dining room, I'm at the table, and I can look out through several windows. It just, I don't know. I think there's something like confining about the office that bothers me. So I guess if I had a shed, it would need to have windows.
Definitely.
I guess that would be its number one requirement, along with, like a chair, a table.
Electricity.
Right.
Electricity and internet. Very important.
Oh, heat or air conditioning.
That's right.
Please.
It's complicated.
Yes.
Yeah, because I also thought about, we have a screened porch. And, of course that's surrounded by windows, but it's unheated, so that wouldn't work.
It's not possible to move the desk?
In the office?
Yeah. Is there a window in that room?
There is like one window. It would be weird. I think like it would, you would have the desk like horizontally, like cutting off the whole room. Plus the desk we have in there is, like a roll top desk that has a top to it. So you have to, you look at that as well as the wall. So I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I do love the idea of that whole, like a room of one's own just for,
I know.
Even if it wasn't for working, like if it was just for reading or hanging out.
Right.
Just by myself. Nicole, you've been thinking about this a lot.
Well, I have because, okay, little known fact, or maybe you've already guessed this already, but my inner self is very girly girl. Like I'm like the pinks and the flowers and the purples and, like the Lily Pulitzer look. Like I'm all about that, right? But, in real life, that's not going to go over well with my family. I tried it for the first year or two of marriage, but my husband finally got tired of all the dead flowers in the house. Because, that was the era of the dried flower arrangements.
Potpourri.
Yes, the whole Laura Ashley look.
Yes.
And so he finally got tired of all that and insisted I take it all down.
Aww.
So ever since then, and of course, we had, bedspread with roses on it, and there was like pinks and purples, and so that kind of all changed over time. So and then of course, like just and just having a family and stuff, it just wouldn't have been practical. But so when I dream about my she shed, it is going to be very, very feminine. It's going to have like, there's going to be lots of flowers. There's going to be lots of floral prints. There's going to be lots of, there's going to be like a big, cozy couch with blankets and pillows, and it's just going to be a very feminine look is what I'm going to say.
So you're not so much in it for the workspace as for a place to decorate all by your own self.
Well, it's a place that I can exist in and be happy and like look around and be like, oh, this makes me so happy. Like I have an office and I'll take a picture of a few things that I have in here, but they're very strategically placed, my items that I have. Like I would love to have them out in front and center, but my family would not allow it. But I've strategically placed some of my favorite things in and around my office. But what I'm saying is that I would like to have a place that had all the things in it that make me happy.
Yes.
And then that would just be like my happy place, Like, and I wouldn't worry about like whether it was all pink or all purple or frilly or I'm not a doily person. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like that kind. Lacy doily does not work for me, but
I had some of those from the early days of marriage when I, put them under things, but they're crammed in the back of the china cabinet now.
Yeah.
I can send them to you.
What would you have in yours, Terry?
I used to have also I had like the most floral pink and rose colored couch. You would have loved it, Nicole. It would go perfect in your thing.
In my she shed.
Our first house, it was in the living room where, we didn't sit. We sat in the basement. Then we had kids and we started using it more and it just all frayed and tore up and we had to get a new one, but still. It was very of the sort of decor you were talking about. And I miss it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a real girly girl. And that's not a high priority for my decorating. But I liked that couch. I don't know. Like you, Catherine, I have a space in my home that could be a dedicated workspace. I have an entire apartment in my downstairs. I could have my own kitchen, my own bathroom, my own workspace, a separate space with a TV and a couch in it. I could have a suite, a work suite. But that space has not been lived in for a long time, and it's kind of gross now. And somebody would need to fix it up. And I think we all know, if you've listened to this podcast in a long time, it's not going to be me. So
I'll do it. I'll come over.
You could. You would have such a good time. It's such a nice space. It's like a whole mother-in-law apartment that my actual mother-in-law used to live in.
Oh, I would totally do it.
It's gone into genteel decline. And I have hinted to my husband, who has been laid off various points in this pandemic time, that would be a good little project for him to fix that up for me as an office. And he has not taken the hint, even when I have made it, I think, quite boldly.
Less than a hint and more of a direction.
He has an uncanny ability to just not hear me sometimes.
Not hear that sort of thing.
He'll just smile and nod, and it will be as if it was never said. So I feel bad about it because really I can't complain about not having my own space because there is a huge space. But I so love the idea of the tiny houses. And if I could have a little tiny house in my little tiny backyard that I could just go to and hang, that'd be awesome. They're so cute. And it would be new and not, declining. It would be all fresh for me to ruin.
For you to ruin.
I just love the idea.
What would you have in there?
I really would not need a whole lot, just a desk and a, you know what would be also nice about having like a tiny house to go be your office is that you could close it and then you would not have to look at the mess for the rest of your time. I'm now working at a desk in my bedroom and the mess is just always right here. So, that would be nice to be able to close the door on something. But then again, I couldn't probably work I guess I could still work till like 2 a.m. and then make my way in the dark across the yard.
Tiptoe across the yard.
We don't have a dog right now, so I wouldn't have to tiptoe too much. But, when we have a dog, we're not good at cleaning up after it. So when we had my girl, you didn't want to be tiptoeing across the backyard in the dark. But, it's the sort of thing that I probably really wouldn't enjoy it in actual fact, but the thought of it is delightful.
Mm-hmm.
The dream.
Yeah, like I would have a little paved patio pathway thing with lights, and I would have a little row of flowers out there or something. That would just be delightful.
It would be, wouldn't it? It'd be so nice.
Have a little tea station. That was another thing, my daughter of the Christmas tent
yes.
fame. She realized that she was the only person using the Keurig in her house.
So she taken possession?
She put it in her room, and she made a whole little station. She brought mugs. She brought, a spoon. She brought, she set up a whole little coffee station.
That's delightful.
In her bedroom.
Wow.
It was very cute.
Yeah.
Still there because she's not allowed to bring that to college, but...
She can't bring her Keurig?
She's not allowed to have it in her dorm.
Mm.
A Keurig?
No, not allowed.
Really?
No. I think they think it's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's reminding me of the playhouse I had when I was a kid. I used to
oh yeah,
make my mom, I think, built me the playhouse she always dreamed of and never had. And I was kind of it's nice.
That'd be me.
It was beautiful. It was like wood. It was built just like a little tiny. It was a tiny house before tiny houses were a thing.
Yeah.
But I used to make food in there. I think I made pudding once, and it splashed all over the place. It was in the play school make pudding set or something like that.
Right.
Easy bake oven
type
thing. Yeah, that was nice. If I could have one just like that, but a little bit bigger, and with furniture, would be. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a couch for your naps. For your
I would definitely need a couch. Yeah, my procrastination sleep. Definitely. Mm-hmm. But, so maybe it would be good not to have a couch in my workspace. I have a bed in my workspace now constantly saying, come rest your eyes for a minute. It'll be fine.
Just for a
minute. Oh, dear. It would be nice. It would be nice to have that apartment as a workspace, man. I need one of those TV shows that come and make over a space in your house.
Oh yeah,
but I hear that it's all just kind of prefab and it's not actually real.
It's a ruse.
It's a ruse.
My brother did it.
I mean, I just need to hire a cleaning service.
Mm-hmm. Get somebody to come in
and a handyman,
a personal organizer.
Because everything's just. I don't even like to go down there because it's just.
Oh, just get somebody to come and just get it out, and then I'll decorate it for you. Just what you want.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you would do a lovely job. No, it could not be worse than it is now. It would only be up.
Oh, get ready for those dried flowers.
One day y'all will hear me podcasting from my woman cave.
Florally room.
Your she shed.
My she basement apartment.
In the basement. Yeah, I guess we can't call it a she shed if it's part of your basement.
It's like a man cave, but for an old lady.
Yeah.
My granny cave.
Yeah, an old lady cave. My old lady cave.
Stay away. It's the old lady cave. That'd be great. Mom's down in the old lady cave. Don't bother her.
Don't go down there.
She's listening to the past Parenting Roundabout podcasts. For which there are many.
Yes.
And our listeners can also listen to if they feel like it, if they have their own.
Yes. They can listen to it anywhere, but it would be particularly nice in a she shed with lots of dried flowers and a pretty couch.
And lots of pink colors. And anyway, that's it for today's round 4. I'm going to go dream about my pink she shed. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.